Welcome to Bob's Woodshop! What we have here is an end grain cutting board. It is 16 by 17. It has 6 different kinds of woods in it. We have walnut, maple, yellowheart, cherry, purpleheart, and Padauk in this cutting board. It's a decent sized thickness and weight. It's probably about 1 inch thick, roughly. It's got these nifty little holes in the sides so you can help pick it up. This will do great in the kitchen, will last many, many years, and will look beautiful as well. Let's get started.
Hey kids, feel like making a cutting board?
Yeah!
Oh, let's do it. Let's try it out here. How are we going to do that? We're going to come over and we're going to use Cutting Board Designer. And this is a product that's used on Macintosh. Yeah, just scroll through those random ones. This is a neat program because you can design your own, or it gives you the ability to do a bunch of random ones. Show them that. Yep.
That's okay.
So we're going to spend the next hour or so designing something, and then we're going to start cutting up. But just wanted to give the viewers an opportunity to see how we're going to go about designing this board. Okay, so after an hour of experimentation, we picked this design, and that's going to be a 17.75, 17 3/4 by 20 inch board. And this program is really cool. This is called Cutting Board Designer for Mac, and it has this really neat feature on build steps. Let's go to the build steps here. And it tells you how to cut the strips and the sizes. Oops. Let's go back to the sizes here. Those are the sizes. All right, scroll up. Then it tells you what the first glue up's going to look like. And then cutting the horizontal strips on the table saw. Then we're going to flip every other strip. And that's the final glue up. So ready to go into the shop.
So for this project, we're starting with 6 different species. We've got Padauk, Yellowheart, Maple, Purpleheart, Cherry, and Walnut.
Right. And the walnut is not surface, so we have to plane that down. Okay, so let's get these cut to length.
Okay, we need 32 inches off of each of these boards. This one's already marked.
Okay, so we got all the boards cut to length, but we got to plane this piece of walnut, so we're going to fire up the planer. Okay, so the way these plans are off of the Cutting Board Designer, it lists how many strips that you've got to do, and I don't like the way that printed, so I just rewrote it here. So what I gotta do, I need walnut, I need a 2-inch walnut, 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches, and a 1. Padauk, I need a 2, 1.5 inches, and another 1.5 inches, and down the line. So what we're gonna do is get all the 2s, which looks like there's only 2 of them, and we're going to do that on both the walnut and the Padauk. Then we're going to go after the 1.5s, which is walnut, Padauk, Yellowheart, and that's it. So the first strip that we're going to do on the walnut and the Padauk are 2 inches, and I'm using my 1, 2, 3 blocks in order to set up the saw. And now we're going to start cutting. Okay, so now we need a walnut, a Padauk, and a Yellowheart at 1.5.
2" of the walnut and the Padauk. Then you have a 1.5" of the walnut and 1.5 inches of the Padauks, and then 1.5 inch of the Yellowheart.
Right, and what's next?
Depends on which way you want to go.
We'll do 1 inch
Do
of
1 inch or 1/4.
1 inch. We'll do 1 inch next.
1 inch of walnut.
Walnut and cherry and Purpleheart.
Okay, just do a sanity check here. We got our 2 2s, 4 1.5s, 1 1 1/4, 5 1 inches, and 3 1/2 inch pieces. So Doug, what are you doing now?
So some of these woods have a lot of natural oil in them, which will hinder the gluing process. So we rub them down with mineral spirits to remove some of that natural oil that's in the Padauk and the Purpleheart to make a better surface for gluing.
Perfect.
Can I explain it again?
What did we put here, Allison?
Pick Carpenter's Allison.
Oh, it's an Allison triangle?
Yeah.
All right, that's a big smile. There it is.
When I do my glue ups, I get all my stuff together and in order. So I got my glue, a wet rag, and my spreader all ready to go so we can attack the glue ups.
All right, let's get started.
So we've glued everything up with the board. We have them glued in 2 separate pieces here, and we've done that because the planer can't accommodate the full size of the board. The board is 18 inches wide, and the planer can only accommodate 15 inches. So we'll plane the 2 sides separately, and then glue up the middle and let that rest overnight.
Alright, so we got our glue, our boards, and our rag. Wet rag. And so what we're going to do is glue this baby up, and tomorrow we are going to cut it perpendicular and go from there.
Okay, let's glue it up.
Let's do it.
Thank you.
A lot of glue. Sorry.
Pushing.
Check it.
That's good. Cool. We'll wipe off that excess and move on.
So this is what the panel currently looks like. It is 18 inches by 32 inches. We want the board to be 1 1/8 inches thick, and so we are going to get about 25 slices out of it.
Right, so we're on the table saw now with this nifty sled here, and what we gotta do is square up one edge, and then we've set up this stop block at 1 1/8 inch thick increments away from the saw blade.
Yep.
So then we'll just run it through and make all of our cuts using this as a measure guide.
Correct. Okay.
Okay, we're all squared up, and now we're ready to start making the strips.
Right. Okay, here's the part where we do a little slicing and dicing. This is always a fun part of the project. The kids are really having a good time doing this.
So now that we're making an end grain board, we have to alternate every other piece.
And that's when the magic happens.
Voila.
And this is what badass looks like. Alright, so the next step in the process is before I put the glue on, we're going to make something we call the Allison's Carpenter's Triangle to make sure everything is lined up right. Gotta get that egg.
Just for you.
Okay, so we drew the lines in for the Allison's Cabinet Maker triangle here. And that's going to assist us while we're gluing this up.
So what we need to do now is trim both edges of it, but we're going to start on this edge.
Right.
Now we're going to do the other side. So now we're going to start sanding it down, and we're going to start with a 40 grit and keep working our way up.
You'll notice we put the grooves for the handles on the sides. We did that off camera with a router. There were 2 tiny cracks on the board, so we filled them with shellac stick.
So what we have here is a 50-50 ratio of General Finish's salad bowl finish and mineral spirits that we've combined together. And what we're going to do is we're going to pour that onto the board and work it in here with this sponge and let it soak in. We'll work it in the wood first, and then we'll let it soak in for a minute or two. And we're actually going to see it start to seep through the other side.
So Allison, is this your favorite part?
Oh yeah. Let's see all the pretty colors.
This is what makes the grain pop.
Yeah, I'm going to need a little more.
I love it.
I think I might. We'll see.
Yeah, we're going to let this soak in as much as possible.
Do you want colors? Do you like your chosen colors?
Yeah, it looks great. It's looking really nice.
So we've been working on this board for about the last week. This is about the 4th or 5th night. We want this finish to soak all the way through to the other side. We're applying this very liberally. You can also already see it soaking right into the wood. It looks like it's drying, but what it's doing is going into the grain. Frequent viewers of my channel know this is what I call the money shot. I just love this, because this is when the project is almost done.
All right, so this is the final step of the process. We're going to coat this in a 50-50 combination of mineral oil and beeswax. Put in a decent amount and just rub it into the board. That was probably a little too much, but we'll just spread it out a little bit.
Stupid.
And what does this do for the board?
This will help make it a little bit more waterproof to treat it over the long term.
Yep.
Give it a little bit of a shine.
So this is the final board. It came out really sweet. We are all very impressed how this worked out, and the kids had a great time. So we had a lot of fun with the bloopers and the outtakes, so stick around and watch us having a little bit of fun towards the end of this project.
Welcome to Bob's Woodshop. Today we are making an end grain cutting board for Doug's new house. My dad and Doug thought I had to do this with the biggest main in order to get the most views and likes and subscribers, so do that. Anyway, this is a board that's called an end grain cutting board. And it took a lot of time, and it's about the same size as I am. And there's 7 different types of woods. 6. And we're gonna show you how to do it. Let's get pumped. So I'm just gonna have to explain to you why I was so unsure about how many types of wood there were. It's more so just because Doug's sitting in the back going,
Oh, come on.
So that's why it took me so long to get to 6. But just saying.
Welcome to Bob's Woodshop! Welcome to Bob's Woodshop! Ouch!
Welcome to Bob's Woodshop. Today you are going to learn how to make a cutting board. It is called an end grain cutting board because you're using the end grain and not just the front stuff. And it turned out to be 16 by 17 inches. And it has some finger things, and it's basically the size of me. So you can cut a lot on it. And it's for Doug's new house. Bye. Welcome to Bob's Woodshop. And this segment is called Tips and Tricks. And lesson number 1 is do not goose somebody in the butthole with some air. You will kill them and they will die, and it will be really, really painful.
Welcome to Bob's Woodshop! Welcome to Bob's Woodshop!
It's taping.
Welcome to Bob's Woodshop! Thanks.
As you can tell, we had a lot of fun making the board as well as the bloopers at the end. This was a couple-week process. So, hey, you know the drill. Thanks for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, I'll see you on another episode of Bob's Woodshop.